Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd. Hope everybody's having a fantastic start to your morning. Let's see if we can continue with the green days, one by one. Let's see what we can do here in the markets here this morning. Morning, J Loves. I'm KC. Good morning. You know what? I forgot I was going to do something. I was going to go... kind of want to see what the ATR on the daily is looking at, like on the NQ. Kind of feel like we've dropped off here the last day or two as far as daily range. One day... you know what? Let me just do it on this one. Keep that guy in the 15-minute. This guy, put him to the daily. That's the ES, the NQ. Yeah, we've definitely we've fallen off, but not by much. I mean, nothing compared to like April. March, April was in the 550s was the average daily range. I would say in May we were probably in like the 480 range. Last couple days we've been in the 460 range. All right, so nothing too drastic. I don't know, I felt like the last 2 days, last couple of days, range is maybe just a little bit lower, but also does seem to had some decent movement overnight as well. Okay. All right, Steve, good morning. All right, let's take a look at the NQ currently. Let's see what we got. So we've got a key level sitting underneath us at the 3763. Got another key level at the 741. Another key level at the 544. We've got some buyer unbalanced volume sitting between the 3454 and the 3423. We've got this really nice buyer unbalanced volume area that's sitting between the 358 and the 317. Be super interested if we can get down to this this area. All right, let's put this guy back. Let's take a look at the ES. So ES has bounced off this 7612 key level already twice this morning. Make sure, oh yeah, we got two above us. 7628, 7632. And then below us, got kind of an real interesting spot here on the ES. Key level at the 7576. Prior day levels were sitting below it. There was actually another prior day low like right here as well. Kind of took it off because it was about half a point away from this guy right here, which is the current yesterday's low. So a lot of volume sitting here. Market's come here 3 times now and has not tested this big buyer unbalanced volume area. that's sitting between the 75.68 and the 75.51. Again, a lot of liquidity sitting here, a lot of volume. So a little strange there on the ES. And gold's been tough. I don't know. Gold has just been, it's the one I've been having the hardest time with right now. So we've got buyer unbalanced volume here at the 44.64 down to the 44.47. We've got some more buyer unbalanced volume sitting at the 44.20 to the 44.09. To me, this is probably the best A+ setup that we have in gold right now. And then as far as sellers are concerned, seller unbalanced volume starts at the 46.19 down to the 46.12. And the 46.60 down to the 46.53. Again, seller unbalanced volume sitting right here. Let's kind of map out these early morning moves. Let's see if there's really good. Okay. Did we break any structure up here? No, I don't think we did. I'm going to map this guy out right here, and let's just take a look at him on the candles. Let's see what we see here on the NQ. So that move originated, oh, way down there. Where is he at? Why are you hiding? Jeez. What do we got here now? Nothing great. Nothing great off of this guy right here. Oh, and that rebalanced. Okay, that makes sense. So they already rebalanced that. Okay, so we don't need to look at that. Let's see if there's anything else. This is all price action from when we were on our live stream yesterday. So we're kind of have to wait here for some fresh price action to see what if any good A+ setup appears on the chart this morning. And then let's take a look at the ES. So ES had a decent move right here. Let's just see what that would have looked like. Obviously, we didn't trade that. That was around yesterday's open. Yeah, this was yesterday's overnight session open. Could reject, but nothing super crazy. Let's see what the 12 looks like out of that origination. It's kind of sloppy. It's kind of sloppy there. Let's see what what that looks like here. All right, so I can see here break of structure. Oh, we came right back, retested, and there's all the volume. I don't like that at all. Okay, we don't need to look at that anymore. Let's see if there's anything else that looks appetizing here. Well, they balanced this out as well. There's nothing. It's kind of ugly price action, to be honest with you. Doesn't seem like anybody's really in control at all. And if they are, it's very short-lived. Morning, Tiger. Paul, good morning. Michael, good morning. English, good morning. Kevin, good morning. Lakeland, Florida, nice. Lakeland, let's see how far that is away from me. I feel like it's pretty close. We got a place in Deerfield Beach, so I'm just trying to see. Can't I find this? There it is. Let's see where Lakeland. Why does that sound like it's? Oh no, you're in the middle of Florida. Okay. Yeah, you're probably a good 4 hours away from me. 3.5 hours. Okay. Let's see, 36.56. What is 36.56? Okay, nice movement here. We did have some. We had some news this morning, right? We had, I think, ADP unemployment change, so that could be. That could be maybe some of that move there. I had to reboot my machine today, so I. All right, so ADP did come in. Actual came in at 122, forecasted at 120. Okay. Well, we got some strong price action out of that movement right there. Out of that news, pretty much wiped everything away from here. Like I said, majority of the moves, you know, I mean, if we look at it on the higher time frame, we're still in an uptrend for sure. But from what I've seen the last like 2-3 days, you know, it's just hard for anybody really to take control. I mean, really tough, some really tough price action right there. So maybe today we might need to dip into some 60 range, into some 60 range setups. ATR is still pretty low at 11. Well, it's pretty average, I would say, for pre-session. It's going to change a little bit off of that news. J-Love, you're in for a long. The $7.99. I hope you mean you're in a long from down here, that you weren't in a long from up here on the news, but. Adam, good morning. Um, 36.56. Let's take a look at that. Let's pop a line. And we'll give this a, what kind of color do we want to give this guy? One of these. Let's give it a reaction zone color. Let's go find it. Let me take a look here. I mean, just an absolute huge accumulation. I was just looking at a level that I think it was Tiger mentioned here, but huge accumulation right here in this area right here. But what I see that the market would be the first piece of the NQ that would want to balance out to the downside. Big piece would be, so I'm going to move your line here down to right here. Around this 36.15. This is what to me looks like the market's going to want to balance out here for sure. Somewhere right around there. So Wild Tiger, I don't look too much into the gammas and option walls and things like that. And to me, what I see that the market, the first piece of business that they would want to balance out. I mean, obviously we can go to the infinity to the upside, but the first piece of business down here would be here at the 36.15, all the way down to the 560s. And again, we've talked over the last few days on how the market likes to rebalance inefficiencies in the market. Again, the ADP employment change came in just slightly different than what was expected. So nothing super drastic. So high probability that we do balance out this move right here. It's probably left on. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. Right here. This is what they want to probably balance out right here. This little stretch right here. J-Love says, I'm down 300. I didn't even see that we had news at first. Yeah, so you kind of, you kind of have to get into a routine every single morning. I know, I think you were saying that you might be trading from like your phone, or your signal might not be good sometimes, but as a trader, it's extremely important to get yourself into, the best traders just have an exact routine every single day. Mine is, I mean, I'm almost like a robot in the morning, to be honest with you. I'm up 3.5 hours before the market opens, so 5 a.m. Central Time. I am on the charts, or at least loading up my, well, let me start all fresh. I will, first thing that I do is I go and make myself my cup of coffee. I then come downstairs. I get all my systems up and loaded. First thing I do is I do pop up the financial juice. So I just take a look at the economic calendar. From there, I go into Discord. I give Discord my welcoming message for the morning. Tell them what high impact news is on the docket for the day. From there, I go back into my NinjaTrader. I chart out all of my all of the overnight, and from when I finished off the charts to when I get back on the charts, I map out everything, higher time frame, unbalanced volume areas. So I kind of have like a small roadmap of, okay, this is where I can see the market's going to have troubles getting through, where I can see reactions from. I do that on the ES, the NQ, and gold. I then find my key levels for the morning. And from that point, I then go back into Discord. Actually, no, before I do that, I go into YouTube. I get my stream ready for the day. I get all my software up and running. Make sure that all my funded accounts, all my groups, all my trade copier, everything is ready for the start of the trading morning. I then go into Discord, pop all the levels, all of the weekly bands, daily bands, any updates every single day. It's exact. I do it. I give it to you guys about 2 hours before the market opens. Then I go into my Signal group. I do the exact same thing. Give them a nice welcome message. Try to find a motivational quote of the day. And I then head upstairs. I usually have something for breakfast. I go take a shower. I get ready. Come back downstairs. I typically like to sit on the couch for about 5 minutes prior to coming down here. So at that point, it's about 6:55 in the morning. Get the last final tweaks that I need to make for the Signal trading room for you guys. And 7 a.m. I'm ready to trade. And that is my routine every single day for, well, I guess the YouTube aspect of it, since November of last year. But in general, maybe I started about 45 minutes when I wasn't on YouTube. I probably started about 45 minutes later in the day, so I got to sleep in just maybe a little bit longer. But at this point, I don't wake up with an alarm clock. I don't have any alarm clock set. My body just knows. It knows that the trading day is upon us. And I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I go to bed looking forward to the next morning of trades. I really do. As much as the body, the mind need the rest on the weekends, you know, if the markets were trading on Saturday and Sunday and there was volatility, I would be on them. But the key takeaway is some type of system in place. Do my journaling, do my prayer. It's all the same thing every single morning. All right, now we're actually getting some continuation on this down move, and I like that. Let's see what. Okay, looks a lot more aggressive on the candles than it does on the 120 footprint chart. Obviously, we are in lower volatility right now, but this could be the start of something beautiful. I would really want to see, before I start looking at a short setup from above, I'd want to see us break this structure right here at the 37.15s. You know, and then if you want to get a little bit more aggressive, you could probably get onto the 60, but you got this guy right in the way. So again, really no impulsive nature right there just yet. Nothing on the AVT that would signify a setup right as of right now. But it looks promising. Looks very promising. Oh, forgot. keyword for today is funded. So just type in funded into the chat, and I'll give away a free Apex any size eval this morning. And then we've got PMI, S&P PMI final at 845. We've got ISM Services PMI at 9. And then US factory orders at 9. And oil inventory at 9:30. So let's see what oil has been doing. And I haven't taken a look at oil in the last 2 days. Let's see what you've been doing, my friend. Good old CL. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. Yeah, so I'm assuming that those news reports or headlines that have kind of been coming out over the last couple of days. I think the last headline I saw from Trump was that he's looking at like now Labor Day for the blockade of Iran lifted by Labor Day. So it seems like we're going to be in this environment for the immediate future. And again, what I'm looking for right now at this point would be at least some break of structure here to the downside, and then I can kind of take a look and see what I can find in this area right up here. Setups have just not been super clean for the last three days. Haven't been able to find a signal yet. Just been kind of not the greatest price action. So I'll kind of keep this chart a little condensed here a little bit, just so I can kind of see this break of structure down here. If and when it happens. So got a good question here from MSWK. Miss Week 01, maybe? I don't know. Just sometimes I try to figure out who, what, and where from the screen names. Said, Rob, why don't you give much attention to the Rob reversal anymore? It's now my go-to strat whenever everything fails. Well, hopefully that everything's not failing, but I do trade the 15-minute Rob reversal. I traded completely automated upstairs on my workstation. So I do trade that on my live cash account. But I don't follow it here on stream. I don't have any of my EMAs here. It's just not it's not a discretionary strategy that I trade. Not really. It's not discretionary. It's mechanical, but I don't keep any of those indicators on my chart. All right. Looks like the market found some liquidity right here. Okay, so we finally did get our break of structure that I was looking for. Maybe equal high, equal low, I should say. Right, as of right now, it's an equal low. So let's just see on this retracement here. Smaller setup, but sure, okay. Yeah, I talk about them on stream a lot, but let's see if I can get some time to a dedicated video on that. All right, now I'm definitely liking this this move at the downside. I've definitely left some definite unbalanced volume sitting here. I know this is the origination of news, but there's been nice continuation follow through after that. So I do like this area right here. We'll see when we get our first retracement bar what the volume profile and what unbalanced volume we can find for possible little short setup up here. So my wife just texted me that the channel finally hit 9,000 subscribers. It was it took forever from 8,000 to 9,000. I think it probably took me 7-8 months. The first 6K was 7K was pretty easy. It was pretty quick, but so I think to celebrate the 9K subs, I think on Friday when we do Cash Profit Friday, I'll also give away a Lucid funded account. I'm sorry, not fun. I wish I was giving away Lucid funded accounts. A Lucid eval as well. See if we can get you some cash and an eval. Thank you. Rob, William, Keith, Steve, good morning. So let's take a look and see how, well, let's wait for our retracement so we can kind of do the whole analysis all at one time. I'm gonna try to get my son on the stream next week. I got to figure out a schedule with him where he's not working at the pool, because he's been lifeguarding since he finished school. So I'll see when I can have him on. He's been having a rough last 3-4 days have been very rough. In fact, he said yesterday, he's like, "Dad, I feel like the market's after my stop loss." And I'm like, "Son, if I haven't heard that 1,000 times." Gold's been really sketchy on the unbalanced volume. I don't know, just the markets have been a little strange here the last couple days. Yes, I gave you guys an unbalanced volume area yesterday, and it literally ticked the stop loss. I didn't take the trade, but it ticked the stop loss and shot up like 50 points. It hasn't been the easiest environment. Yeah, my son started trading, he started trading, I don't know how long it's been already. It's been a good amount of time. But he's done well. His return on investment is fantastic. He has traded with Legends, and I've never gotten funded with Legends, but and I post this all the time, but sometimes you're a happy dad. So this is my son right here, Matthew P6. His first payout on Legends. This was on just one 50K account. One 50K account. He took all three of these payouts on, which is pretty outstanding. His first payout was $502. I don't see a date on here though. It was this year, 2026, you can see down here, but his second payout was $623. And his third payout and the biggest payout was $1,306. So he made like $2,600 off that one funded. He blew the account shortly after that payout because that payout took him pretty low in his buffer. And he took, I think it was like 3 trades, all went against him. And then he oversized on the last one. Kind of a classic rookie mistake, but we've all been there. He's taking payouts from Top Step as well. I think he took, if I'm not mistaken, two payouts from Top Step. I think one for 1,000 and one for like 600. So again, his return on investment's been fantastic. And he's currently in I don't know if it's 2 or it might be 1 Legend and 1 Top Step. He's in a Top Step combine, And he's in a Legends eval currently, trying to get back to funded. I've got my wife who occasionally trades as well. So she just told me about a week ago that she started back up with, she followed my son with a Legends account. And last night told me that she put in for a $600 payout. So we'll see if that gets, we'll see how that should go, but if she gets that today, that would be great. She mainly traded with funding ticks when that firm was when that firm went under. At least the future side of it went under. Funding pips is still there. But I think she collected over 17K in payouts from really good return on investment on funding ticks. And then she stopped for probably 3-4 months. And then I didn't even know she had gotten a eval. But completely different. She and my son is a mini me as far as my trading strategy. Hers is completely different. She is she likes to take risk on. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got brewing up here. So this is our unbalanced volume that I see. Now let's take a look at the fixed volume profile on this particular move. Okay, so value area high is sitting really nicely within this unbalanced volume area. So liking everything I see so far. We know we've got a profit target down here at the point of control. So I can kind of put this in green. Those of you guys that know my strategy know that we do have a few kind of roadblocks that we kind of have to be aware of. We've got a key level here. We've got a key level here. So this one I'm not too worried about, but this one I'm kind of worried about as far as coming back to a TP. So we'll see what kind of risk to reward we can get with maybe just targeting this 37.41. I don't know why my mouth just always wants to say 29 on the NQ. And then let's take a look at the 60. Oh, the 60 looks kind of ugly here. Shit. So if I take this and kind of reverse it here a little bit. Let's make this purple. All right, so we would be looking for a short in this area right here from the 37.75 to the 37.58 area. And if we don't get a flip here, this gold area is the strongest time frame range right now, but this is the cleanest. The purple's got the cleanest price action right now, and it's kind of avoiding the news. Avoiding that first impulse of news. This is more continuation, so I really do like the purple area the most, once again. And if we're taking a look at like risk to reward here, worst case scenario is that we get a flip right on a touch right here, which would bring us down about 8 points, which would bring us down to about 750, which would be right here. Again, to our first key level. Not the greatest stretch. It's really almost like a 1-to-1. So it's a little tight. It's a little tight. Point of control is sitting here at the 37.33. So maybe if we can stomach the if we can stomach the resistance or the support that might come from right here, then we might be able to go for a full target here at the 37.33. Now, best case scenario is we do sweep this key level here, and we might get a flip somewhere in this region. So a down footprint candle with positive delta down here. And if we're gonna get that scenario, then this looks a little bit better. You know, this definitely looks a little bit better, even this extension there. So we'll see if we can make a shoot back up here. And again, market's been a little tough. I would still say that this is probably just a B setup here. It's definitely not A+. I'd like to see a little bit more. The more purple I see, usually the little bit better. We can sniper entry this, but we'll see. We'll see if we even retrace back up into this area or not. Tiger, I don't think she needs to. I don't think she cares about how much she makes in trading for that. She's buying that stuff no matter what. But she's definitely got a different mentality. You know, if we ever visit Vegas or we go to like a local casino for like a dinner, and she usually likes to play, she'll put 100 or 200 bucks into the slots, and you know she could be up. Let's say she hits a whatever, I don't even know, a line pay or whatever, not a line pay, but let's say she gets a good win, what I would consider to be a good win. Let's say she's up 500. She's got no problem in giving back the machine another 300 bucks, or go back down to her original investment to compound that, where I'm, you know, in her back ear, just say take the profit and run. And more times than not, she will prove me wrong. She will you know, walk away with 1,000 or 1,200 or 800, a little bit more than what I would have probably taken it out at. So I have a much more conservative approach to, I guess, to trading and I guess in this scenario, gambling. You know, gambling at the casino. But I will say that there is a style for everything, because she has proved that her style is of super aggressiveness can also lead you to very strong payouts. It's kind of a tale of two cities there. Yeah, that's what I always think. You got to walk away, but and I think her mentality is more that, you know, at the casino you're meant to lose. Okay, the casino's obviously got the edge, but she says on the rare days that, you know, that the games are working in your favor, she says those are the days that you gotta hit the gas on it. And she might have a point there. And who am I to argue with 17K in payouts? Oh yeah. No, for sure. It's the classic trap of trading, especially when you start out. I mean, I've been there. I almost feel like you have to be there. You know, I mean, I guess the YouTube instruction has gotten much better, I would say, than when I first started. When I first started, it was all indicators. I mean, it was, you know, follow the video, and you know, they walked you through how to set up the trading view indicator. I mean, we've all been there, where we even like matched the colors. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, why are we matching the colors that you're using? And like, I would rewind and fast forward the videos to match up the exact settings of whatever stupid indicator I was looking at. And but I think that was like the big thing. Now, definitely, I think the big thing that's kind of being taught, which is why I think trading has gotten probably a slightly better, is majority of the traders now, I think, understand that an indicator alone is not the solution. That you've got to look at price action, order flow to a certain extent. You know, how you use it can vary by trader. What tool you use can vary by trader. But I think that is one of the main reasons why I think trading's gotten probably a little bit better. And if I had to guess, I mean, I have no idea if this is true or not, but if I had to guess, I would say that the percentage of profitable traders has probably slightly increased since when I first started trading. So like, you took a newbie right now versus a newbie 5 years ago, I would say the newbie right now has got probably a little bit slight edge. A lot of trade psychology, a lot of trade management, risk management, a lot of that's talked about, I think, a lot more now. Now, if the person follows it, they don't. They have to learn. So most likely you learn by usually failing. Yeah. Morning, William. All right, let me go refill my coffee. Now I go into my decaf session. So right now, just looking at this area here, sellers came in kind of strong right here. So we'll be looking at this purple shaded area or this gold shaded area. We'll see where we can kind of get either a flip at and see if we can take a pre-session trade here or not. All right, be right back. I'm gonna share with you guys something that was one of my dumber moments. So I forgot I was driving to a home inspection yesterday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Tesla was self-driving me, and I kind of just I had a really brain fart. So I was thinking, I'm like, you know, if I've got, let me see if I can do this without it disappearing here. Let's say off. So if I've got an entry right here, and I've got my stop loss sitting up here, and let's just, for argument's sake, say that this stop here is 20 points. This is our entry. This is our stop loss. And then let's say that our take profit's sitting down here at 40 points. Dang. Right there. So we'll put this here as TP. 40 points. You guys are gonna laugh, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, so if I take an entry here, why don't they just set a resting limit order? You also go short at 10 points. Right here. So halfway through, I set a limit to go short at 20 points. Sorry, 20 points. Because TP would be 40. And then once it activates this this limit order to go short, I take my original stop loss and my new stop loss and I bring it down to break even. And for a second, actually not for a second, for probably a good 20 to 30 minutes, I thought that this was the greatest strategy in the world. So I'm like, all right, well, if worst comes to worst, it hits my stop loss, I'm out for break even. And if it goes to my full TP, I'm in TP on 2 positions that over the 1. There's just one very strong error in that math, is that you really haven't realized any profits from this entry here. So this entry would be at break even, so you would lose 0, but you would have lost 10 points, or you would have lost 20 points on this secondary position hitting your stop at break even. So yes, if it was to go to TP, you get TP on 1.5 position size, but you still lose on this entry here. So I thought, I'm like, this is amazing. Like I'm gonna put this out there, and it was probably about 5 minutes before I got to my appointment that I'm like, I started doing the math, and I'm like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. There's no your original position hadn't realized any profit yet. So even people that have been doing this for a long time have really dumb moments. Sounded great in theory, though. It's 8:10. Not liking this. This looks like it might be coming at the market open. So we got 8:45, some news, 9 news, and then 9:30 oil inventory. I already know your response is going to be they already make millions, so who really cares? But yeah, I was thinking the other day that majority of the I say majority, but actually really just Lucid and Apex. I only affiliate with 3. Majority of the prop firms, you know, as a marketing, they will send out codes to their affiliates that, you know, can, you know, we got to show them like a marketing campaign, not marketing campaign, but we have to show that we promote it, we use it. And they'll provide you with like free codes, which then allows me to give out free codes to you guys as the viewers. But this is just a random number, but I'm assuming that they've probably given tens of thousands of codes out, especially to the big affiliates. They probably get hundreds and hundreds. You know, I usually get like 4 at a time. And you know, I think it's a good marketing idea for affiliates. I think it's a good marketing idea for the prop firm. But if you also think about it, like out of those 10,000 codes, let's say, I don't know, 1% of them get funded, not get funded, but take payouts. You know, if you were to pay out like a 5K payout to somebody that won a free eval, which I guess the investment would have been $100 or $130, so it's not that big of a deal. But you know, that marketing that they put in for the codes, you know, that I'm sure they have some type of formula to figure out how much they're going to pay out on those ultimately. But you know, you get the right trader with the right free codes, and you can make an insane amount of return on investment or a loss on marketing dollars to a certain extent. I always find it fascinating how companies, how they market and what they find. All right, so they're struggling getting past this this key level here, which again was one of my concerns coming back down on this trade. I was getting resistance here as well. So if we can maybe dig a little deeper into this zone area, would be great. I'm also not really loving the time period of this trade. Oh, I gotta turn this off now. I gotta make sure that this guy is there we go. Just type in the keyword funded. Type in the keyword funded into the chat, and we'll do the giveaway at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. I'll pull up the software that I used to pull out a lucky winner. See if I can use the washroom really quick. All right, so even though we have identified a setup here to possibly look for a short on, based on timing right now, this would probably be one that I'm just going to probably have to skip here this morning. And we'll see what kind of price action we get after the open. And again, my thought process here, we do have a key level here at the 37.63. We've got some unbalanced volume here on the lower range between the 7.75 and the 7.58. This is where I would be looking for one of my delta flips here on the footprint candle on the 30. We've got a bigger chunk on the higher range chart at the 37.99 to the 37.75. So if I didn't get a flip here and I got a flip here, I would still take a trade here. And then we've got a point of control target at the 37.33. And again, what I stated is as we've got another key level down here that's already kind of was acting as resistance. Now it's been kind of acting as support. This could be somewhat of a roadblock here on TP. So determining where an entry would have occurred, I could either use this as a TP or this as a TP. If I was in this purple zone, I more than likely would be trying to take TP somewhere in this area right here. If I was to get an entry up here, safest TP would be right back to this key level, even though we would have another key level kind of sitting in between. So hopefully we can get out of these key level areas. And again, if the timing was a little different, you know, we'll typically have these 825 algos start kicking in now, and then the market open. It's just a little unpredictable. So there was a sweep right there to, really quick sweep right there to that key level. And if we go down to the 30, that's going to give you a flip right there. At least it looks like it's going to give you a flip. So this would be a short opportunity right here for me. Targeting, again, I think the best target would have been right here on the screen. It would really suck if this ends up going straight to TP, but again, just with the timing, 4 minutes into the market open here, just kind of a risky little spot. And I like to say we could just wait for the next setup, but we haven't really seen many setups in the last couple of days, so we'll see if today proves to be a little bit better. Trust me, it hurts seeing the setups go to TP. But ultimately, you kind of have to have a somewhat set of rules to kind of deal with, you know, when you got market open coming up. We did give you a really nice flip. Gave you exactly what we would be looking for. Red footprint candle. A lot of positive delta. It's exactly what we're looking for there for a TP. And you could see pretty much exactly what I was saying. How we could see support coming from this level here. So like from here to here is only about 10 points. So not the biggest TP either. So kind of played out in the worst possible way. Timing. The zone that it flipped from, the support that we had right here at the key level. So pretty much everything that I was afraid of has kind of occurred, minusing I'm seeing obviously a big flush down to this point of control that we mapped out on the 120 range right here, which was sitting here at the 37, 33s. And one thing that I have looked at a lot is when you do get a flip on the 120 on really close to the market open, you typically get a pretty strong dump to the downside. But again, just a lot of crazy volatility that can occur right at the market open, so not the best spot. All right, 35 seconds for market open here. Again, we'll do the Apex giveaway at 10 a.m. All right, market's open. And that's why we don't take it at market open. All right, so patience proved out to be the winning strat there. And on the way up, you know, we really didn't break much structure here besides this move right here, which again is that opening bell move that I don't put a lot of weight on. But your unbalanced volume area right now is sitting right at this, right around this key level, right in this smackaroonie right here. This would be your unbalanced volume. Get rid of this green line. Actually, a little bit above the, a little bit above that. So market should have some difficulty in this area right here. Obviously, a lot of big players right now, so they do have the muscle to push through. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing from sellers here. Let's see if they can push through here. Would love to see them break structure down here at the 70s, or at the 700s. All right, keep it going. Nice. Okay. So now we can make this adjustment here. Up this guy right up here. Which is equating here to that 120. Let's put this in frame. And then let's see what the 60 shows us here. Okay, I like it. So we'll be looking at something like this. Okay. So I do like this spot right here for a short between the 37.99 and the 38.08, and more specifically right in this region right here on the purple side. So we'll wait for our retracement candle here on the 120. We'll pop up the fixed volume profile tool and we'll see what kind of targets we've got, even though we've got a few roadblocks here again. But we'll see if we can deal with them. They were able to blow through them on that move down, so looks promising as of right now. All right, we've got our first retracement bar here, so let's take our fixed volume profile tool and let's see if we can find some. All right, so we've got this key level here, which I'm gonna put another line here. You know, I'm to make this guy green. TP right here. And then you've got another TP down here if you want to get super aggressive. I don't think we're going to possibly need that, but we'll see. All right, so again, we'd be looking for a short in this area right here between the 3808 to the 3779 with a TP in this 3741 range right here. Big target would be down here at the 3685. Poor guy, it's at 10 a.m. Okay, let's see if we get another leg down here. They do have this area here to balance out. I'm just not taking a trade from here. This is buyer unbalanced volume. Really was not able to find anything super clean here. But the market should, NQ should have some issue getting through here. Nice strong move. Already found some resistance there. This guy needs to get moved over here. Alright, so it's going to be a little confusing here because we're going to have now another TP. Let's make this guy green. And delete this one here. This was our big TP. And now let's take a look and see what the 60s telling us here. Oops. Let's go there. That's better. This is the most impulsive side of this trade here. Okay. Let's go back to the big chart. So again, we got another short opportunity here in this 37.13 to the 36.93. We also have this is the higher time range unbalanced volume area. This one is very detailed. This is exactly where the impulsive move occurred from. I'd rather see the flip happen in the purple, but we still could take that in the yellow as well. And then target here, I don't actually think I have, oh, we do have target. Right back to point of control, sitting right here at the 36.45. Okay, I like that. And if it continues to dump, we'll find another one. It's about to break structure. Once it breaks this this golden zone right down here, that could break another big piece of structure for us. And then we'll see how it reacts off of this key level that hasn't been tested yet here at the 35,477. So I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need him anymore. Okay, we got another level here. Nope. Don't like that. Don't like that. Get rid of this guy here. This area does look nice on the volume profile, though. Right here. I don't see any lower range, better entry here, though. That's the only issue. And where was the, let's see where the point of control was sitting right here. Pop this guy to TP. All right, not the greatest setup here. This is probably more like a B. This range up here, this area right here is A. Right up here is A, at least in my opinion. No flip there. So we did get the rejection right there, but got no entry confirmation there. I'm gonna skip this guy. Delete him. I'm gonna wait for this better setup up here. Get rid of this guy so we don't get confused. ATR on the 2 minutes sitting at around 41. We do got some news coming up, obviously, at 9 a.m. We got ISM services PMI and U.S. factory orders. I think the U.S. factory orders would be the one that we probably want to watch. Dang. Dang. Did give you the flip right there on that second retest. Maybe I wasted opportunity there. Hindsight, it sucks. And just know I am giving myself 2 bullets per zone. So as my stop right now is going to be sitting on my flip, it's typically in that 8 to 10 point range. So if I take 2 flips, you know, we might sweep, take another flip. It equates to about 18 to 20 points of stop between the 2 trades, and this area right here is close to 45 points. So it's definitely within my stop loss and my risk management settings. A little less than 3 minutes to move to news. I'd like to see a power candle right here to the downside. Just kind of blow through that 544, break some structure to the downside here. But looks like it's getting some support there. ATR on the 2 minutes currently at 42 points. Morning, chum sauce. Offrey says, I just can't short. Well, you kind of have to adapt to what the market's giving you. If you take a look at it, the downward moves have been pretty clean so far. The upward moves have been very, very tough so far for buyers. I mean, obviously, big picture, we're in a big uptrend, but sellers have been having ease with the moves versus buyers right now they kind of struggle with each one of their legs up. Well, finally gold had a nice reaction here. It's good to see. Looks like today could be a good day. I like to see when all the markets are reacting to the to my areas. All right, let's see what came out news here. PMI actual 54. All right, pretty close. Factory orders forecasted at 4.6. They came in at 4.8. A little better than expected. Nothing crazy. And then we got oil inventory report at 9:30, which could show some volatility for oil. So far, the headlines for oil have not been good. Which is why oil's seen a pretty strong bounce back into the 90s. Very good analogy there, scalper flip. Stairs up, elevator down. I like that. May have to use that. That's pretty good, I like it. I'm just wondering, anybody in the chat use a real-time news service? So nothing with a delay in it? Just wondering what you guys are using, if anybody's using it. I know they're pretty expensive. Yeah, that might be a homework assignment for me tonight. I might activate my AI agents with Grok and ChatGPT and see if we could kind of come up with a kind of like a news feed that would bring in some real-time free feeds if it's available. I don't know, but Grok will know. Okay, so this was the point of control right here of our move to the downside here. And you could see the increase in volume right there, which that correlates to right here. This point of control is sitting right up there on the move that we're looking to hopefully take a nice short from. Hopefully. AP, I mean, that's actually exactly what I was thinking. So AP said he's using 19 news sources from across the world through agents, through AI agents. That's exactly what I was thinking of doing. But like, how do you consolidate those 19? Is there anything that like funnels it to make it a little bit more easier than, I mean, are you like on 19 different tabs for news, or is it, have you figured out a way to consolidate it? All right, U.S. factory orders. Let's see what they're. So April, manufactured good, new orders, 662 billion, up almost 5%. That's good. It's kind of good to see manufacturing start to increase. Big jump over 2025. That's kind of good to see. Yes, it's filtered according to the strength of the news. High volatility is normal, etc. But are you like on multiple tabs, or is the agent, have you figured out a way for like an agent to have like a terminal that's one screen showing you filtering those news? And if so, like what service did you use? Did you use Claude, Chat, Grok? I always forget the one that, it's the other one that's out there. A lot of people are using now. I can't remember the name of it. That'll be a good homework assignment for me tonight. Yeah, that would be amazing. At least this morning he was talking at like 5 in the morning, so a little bit earlier than what I would have been on the chart. That's exactly what I was talking about. This has been this area on the ES that just seems very, very weird to me. A lot of volume here, a lot of volume right here. When are you going to dip into there, buddy? See, now you lost me there. AP, you lost me, buddy. You had me, but now you lost me. AP says I have one chart with news terminal and Python script in VS virtual. I forgot what the fuck VS is, which is bridged to my NinjaTrader. All right, because I know NinjaTrader has a chart for news, but that's just like red folder stuff. Visual Studio. Okay, everything happens in the background, and I have one chart I'm designing. And wow. I mean, first thought that comes to my head is, why can't you just sell that? I mean, it defeats the purpose of having people try to get it for free, but I don't know if you can legally sell news headlines from other sources without crediting them and paying them. But for your own use, that sounds like a really sweet setup. I don't know. ES looks kind of looks eerily similar to NQ right now. For how I look at it. Right now, the ES, their area is going to be right here, that they're going to have a very hard time now getting through, which is pretty correlated to where I see the NQ having some issues, hopefully, for the sake of our trade. I gotta say, AP, that sounds sweet. I would love to emulate something like that. See if we get a setup here. All right, there's a tap. I'm gonna take a short there. Not the best entry. Shoot. Oh boy. Well, that was not a good entry there. Let's see if I can drop this a little bit lower here. All right, that was another flip. And then let's bring this guy down. And let's see if we get a move to the downside here. was about to reduce my risk here too. Let's see if I can get this down to about 12 points. Right there's good. If we don't get a shot down here, I'll give it another shot if we get into that yellow area. All right, stopped out there for 12 points. Not the best entry there, but we'll see if this gives us another shot at it or not. So down about an R on that trade right there. I'm up 4R for the week, so I do have still some bullets here. I'm going to see how what kind of reaction we get. We're seeing a lot of flips to the downside, though. That's what the candle looks like. Okay. My stop was in a good spot. It's just a little unfortunate, but I like that. I'm okay with that. Good reduction in capital there. That was good. Now let's see a tap and go. What's ATR at? It's got to be in the 40s, I'm assuming. Yeah, right at the 40 mark. That's a pretty strong move there. It's actually afraid that we wouldn't, that wasn't going to get an entry on that short. Felt like it skipped over me. Dang. I'd like to keep this next trade at 8 to 9 points of stop if I can. I'm gonna have to be pretty quick on the trigger here. Do like this TP right here still. That TP is left unbalanced. I'm going to adjust it just a tad right there. I like that. Let's see if we get a flip. Don't balance it out yet, buddy. You have to. You might have to. See where it's unbalanced right here. Probably see a pop here from buyers. If buyers are really going to be gaining strength, you're definitely going to see some pop right there. Really didn't break any structure right there, which is what I don't like. Let's see. Good strong positive delta there. All right, taking a short there. Popping that stop at about 9 points. And then let's move my target. Come on. Don't be dirty. Don't be dirty. Ah, all right, stopped out there twice. All right, I'm done with this zone. To get the flip that I was looking for, just did not work out. This was my entry right here. Red footprint, positive delta. That's what I was looking for. All right, so we can, let me take a screenshot of this guy here. So that stopped out right there. Capture. Let's see, did the 120 give us anything? No. Okay. All right, I'm good with that. Let's go into here. Let's see what this was here. Ruler. 30 points. ATR was at 40. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Move him to completed. Signal bands, move, done. All right. Actually, okay. I followed my plan. Said I'd give myself 2 bullets. Was able to get to the 2 opportunities in both of my zones, the purple zone and the gold zone. Both got nice flips. This entry wasn't great, but this entry I think was perfect. Just didn't win, so gotta win on the process, losing on the market. All right, be right back. Oh, this is getting tough to watch here. Nice little accumulation, manipulation, nice little dump. This is very unbalanced right here at the 36.49, so this was going to be my target on that short that I took right up here. But I will say, it's probably the first day in a very long time that I am perfectly happy with those two trades, even though they were losers. I don't hear me say that. You really have probably never heard me say that. And let's just see what... I don't think the 60... Did the 60 give you... $60 did, yeah. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Oh, yeah. 60 did give you two flips up here. That's tough, though. That can't be right. What am I looking at? That's nowhere near the top of that band. I must be... I'm way to the left. There we go. Dummy. No. Yeah, no flip there on the... I didn't think I saw a flip on the 60 either. Okay. No big deal. Now, let's take a look at the bigger picture here. So we do break this band here. We do have a break of structure here. Pretty big one. But I don't think that they did anything on... They got that leg. This is the unbalanced volume that I was talking about, but they didn't break structure there. This is balanced out. Yeah, there's nothing here on that leg. Now, this was the area that I had previously marked off where I see buyers, which is where I put my green line here for my TP. I thought they were going to come sweep, but they didn't yet. And then IB highs is right at the top of this box here as well. Interesting. Okay. Interesting little spot. Giveaways at 10 a.m. Central Time, so we got about 20 minutes. So Joe on my Signal group, the Lucid News calendar is nice, but that's just red folder and yellow folder events. I'm talking about actual headlines like, you know, Trump, Iran, Israel, oil, any type of headlines that come out in that regards. It's kind of good to know. Just on the financial juice, I want to say it's a 2-minute delay, just because of how I've kind of measured it with the candles when I actually see it. Apex did extend their sale. They are going until June... Is it June 10th? Yeah, June 10th. email that I got as to why. As many of you have already seen, we're currently investigating an issue affecting certain TradeAvate accounts that were inadvertently deactivated on June 2nd, 2026. Please note that not all TradeAvate accounts were impacted. Our team is actively working to identify the cause and restore affected accounts as quickly as possible. And then to ensure no trader misses the opportunity to take advantage of our current promotion while we work through this issue, we have extended our 90% off sale, which is, in their language, the strongest discount that they have provided to date. That's what I heard this morning. Very tempting short here. Very, very tempting short. We got a flip on our highest range chart right here, pretty strong one as well. So that's why when I said all my feelings are short right here, and we already know what needs to be unbalanced or needs to be balanced out is this 36.49 area. Granted, the buyers have defended this area really well. This, I think, just looks way too appetizing for the market to balance out right now. And then once they balance this out, this is where buyers should step right back in here and defend this this area. I think if sellers can break through here, it's going to be sells all day. Thanks, MKC. Maybe if you want to stick around 7 more minutes, see if you're a winner. right, so let's see if the buyers can defend here or not. Morning, Nate. It's definitely been some interesting price action today. I will agree with that statement. All right, give me 1 second here and I'll get the giveaway going. And this is going to be for exclude duplicates and hashtag is funded. All right, let's give this one a shot here. All right, you'll have a 2-minute timer. Once your name is called, just type in the name, just type in thanks into the chat and I'll get you over your free eval. Let's go. All right, so we got MMMM-BC1HM. You got 2 minutes from right now to type in thanks into the chat. Again, that's MMMM-BC1HM. And yes, I would appreciate a like on the stream. You got 1 minute and 30 seconds left for MMM to type in the word thanks into the chat. Otherwise, we will rerun the giveaway, which I hope we don't have to do. All right, you've, oh, there you go. 2 seconds enough. All right, well, he's there. I see that he is, I'm here, I'll claim. You got it, buddy. All right, so I will stick around there, I'm sending you a chat message right here. Send me an email to All right, MMM, just take a look at the that chat message that I just left you there. So you guys could see how well buyers respected this buyer unbalanced volume area. This would have been tricky as well. I was looking at it. You did get, let's see, let's not go too far. So you got a flip here, and then you did get what I would consider be a really good flip right here. Actually, no, this would have been your best flip. Probably would have got stopped out on that trade though too, so. Kind of dirty price action here. No, I don't need a screenshot. Just send me over an email. I got your name. Like a short here, not gonna lie. Probably missed that one, but do like the short right there. I do want to go, man. Could have just played this range. This is crazy. See, they just tapped right back into the seller unbalanced volume area. Nice reaction there as well. Right. So get rid of this guy here. It's price action to look pretty dirty. Well, I hate to kill the win streak, but I'm just really not a huge fan of price action here today. Actually, for the last, it's probably since Monday, it's been kind of ugly. So I might call it a morning here, guys, on YouTube. I appreciate the support. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Lost 2R today. I was up 4R on the week, so still got some bullets left here before tapping into any capital of starting off the week. But happy with the trades that I took. Followed my plan pretty well. Just price action did not accommodate what I was looking to do. In the end, it did pretty well, actually, on pretty much all fronts, but just not the cleanest price action for how I want to trade it. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Stay patient. Hard thing to